So I thought I'd tell the story about when I was bit by a shark. It was about 12 foot, I think. And at the time, I was about 8. I had been very, very sick. I'd had a syphilitis after having both measles and chickenpox one after the other. So I'd been in a coma for a while, and every summer my parents would take me to Loo in Cornwall, which is a little fishing village, and I'd spend most of my time down by the ocean talking to the fishermen and things like that. Well, when I was about 8, there was a shark catching competition, and we went to watch it, and we were having a look. There were people with sharks everywhere, and they would hang them up and have them weighed, and a bit like jewels, where you see jewels hung up on this beam. Well, I lost my parents, or then my soon-to-be stepdad and my mother, and I went wandering off, and I couldn't find them, and being 8 you do get a bit worried, and I was looking around for them and not seeing where I was going, and I actually backed right into the mouth of this great big 12-foot shark. Now, I don't know if you know much about sharks, but their stomachs protrude out their mouths when they're caught, and they smell awful, and they're covered in blood and everything. And I caught the top of my head on its teeth. I still have the scar there of a shark's tooth on the top of my head, and hidden by my hairline. It dented it quite well, actually. And I was stuck there screaming and screaming and screaming, with blood pouring down me, and bits of fish gut and everything. And of course, all panic mode, because people thought I might have been injured, that maybe the shark wasn't completely dead, and that I'd got bitten quite badly, because that had happened a few weeks before further up the dock, and somebody brought a shark in and had their foot bit because it wasn't actually dead. But when they swilled me off, it was mostly the innards of the shark. I just had this small cut on my head from the tooth mark, and my doctor used to find it fascinating that I was the only person on his books that were ever bitten by a shark, and it's one of my claim to fame. I was bitten by a shark and survived, and I've been fascinated with sharks ever since. It never put me off. I always wanted to be a fisherman. I knew all about the weather at sea. I never got seasick. I don't care about being out at sea. In 49 gales, I have no worries about the sea at all, and I always did want to be a fisherman. Never ended up being one, but the most amazing thing is I still can't swim, and I remember when the captain saying to me, "Don't worry about not being able to swim." He said, because all the best sailors can't swim. That way they try to keep the boat afloat as best they can. So that was my story.